Oh, what up, YouTube? Don't mind me. I'm just working out with my new mod, getting ready for the bathing suit season. Anyway, that Asian guy, aka DJ Vapes here, coming at you with a product demonstration and review. Happy Vapor sent me this to show you the ins and outs. This is the Green Reef Technology Shenzhen, China #1 super wattage system, aka the 722. It is a monstrosity. So before we go any further, let's take you a little bit up close and personal and show you the build and some of the features of this device, and then we'll come back out and I'll run through what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So I'm supposed to zoom in now, I think, right? Yeah. All right. So here we have the 722 from Shenzhen Greenleaf Technology, right there. It comes in this this slidey presentation box. It's pretty standard. Packaging these days has come a long way since the beginning from China, but you slide that cap off, and inside you have a actually fairly well written user manual. You know, I've said this before, but if you're if you're able to speak Chinese, Cantonese, or Mandarin, and you're perfectly fluent in English, I think that you could have a strong career writing manuals for e-cigarette companies in China. But here we go. The instruction manual just goes through some of the features. The Chinglish is actually not too bad, with the exception of a couple of spelling mistakes. So there's your user manual. You also have a certificate, which really, I don't think it means anything, but oh, #1 authenticity, so many good. Okay, so that's the box. Let's just chuck that. Let's show you this. So the 722 is a regulated device. It's a variable wattage, which means that you can adjust the power from 7 watts to 22 watts. What is cool about this against any other regulated devices, it is a 26650 series tube mod. So it is quite thick in comparison to like a ZMAX, which is an 18650. You can see that it is significantly larger. The construction is all stainless steel. It comes in 2 finishes here. You have a brushed kind of main body finish with a shiny chrome band here in the middle. Overall build quality, it feels definitely really solid. From playing with it for the last couple days, I can tell you that it's taken a couple of nicks and bumps here, and with the exception of a couple of micro scratches on the shinier part, it's held up pretty well. So let me see here. The bottom cap obviously comes off. Threading a little squeaky. Nothing a little bit of deoxit or Nolox can't fix, but you have a very heavy duty spring in there, and that's your bottom cap. Here is your 26650 battery, aka vaping for days. Also, this part here, threads are a little bit smoother, comes off as well to separate the main body portion, and then you can unattach your atomizer, and you're left with stuff everywhere. You're left with just the control head portion and this. The top connection is 510 threaded, so it will fit all your 510 atomizers and tanks. Also, you'll notice that if you undo this portion here, you have recessed threading, aka ego cone threading, to fit all your T3s, your Pro Tank Minis, stuff like that. And so this top cap comes off. You can clean the threading here. However, if you do want to put a recessed threaded tank on here, you do not need to remove this necessarily. Most of them will fit just in like that. Thread onto the recessed threading to give you something silly looking like this. Almost forgot. What you will notice different about this version of the 722 versus earlier versions, like the one that Phil reviewed, is the center pin. So this center pin is not spring loaded. This is actually the latest revision. A lot of people were having problems with the spring-loaded center pin failing on them, and because there's no way to access the interior, there was no fix for it. So what Greenleaf has stated to us is that this new center pin is non-spring-loaded. However, it will take a screwdriver and you can actually raise the pin like that. You can see it's kind of out now, maybe a little bit too much, and you can conversely screw the pin all the way down to adjust the length depending on your tank or atomizer that you attach onto it. Okay, back to the review. Cool. Let me just unattach this. You have some significant battery venting holes, so in the case that you did have a faulty battery or a dodgy battery, the vent gases have somewhere to escape out, which is good, because safety #1 priority. So let's just thread it all back together again here. We will insert the battery. Now I will tell you, putting this bottom cap on with the battery in requires a little bit of force. Make sure that the threads are catching the correct way, because you do not want to cross thread anything in here, otherwise you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get it back off. So squeak, squeak, squeak. You'll notice it goes on. There we go. And then we can show you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks turns the system on. I don't like how you have to wait for that, but such is life. And then when you press it, you'll get your setting. The screen here, very, very similar to the Sigelei 20 watt. In fact, I believe it's the exact same board. You have your current power setting at the top. You have your converted voltage underneath that. So let's get a little bit closer for you so you can see your resistance of the atomizer, and then the battery voltage here. So if we attach my Kayfun, you will notice that now when I fire it, it says 0.7 ohms. It is firing, it says 17 watts, but as I fire it, it goes 17.6. And that is because there's no step down, similar to all the DNA 20s and other these style chips from China. Is it will fire the absolute, not lowest, but it will not go to the true. What the hell am I trying to say? Depending on the build of your atomizer, what I'm saying is it will fire what it can fire. So in this particular case, because I'm running at 0.7 ohms, it is saying I can't go 17 watts, but I can go 17.6 watts, 17.5 watts. So it will do that adjustment for you. So it won't give you the true wattage, but it will give you what it can safely with the design of the chipset and the board. You'll notice that we do have a nice, as Phil would say, landing pad here. The button, nice and clicky. It does not rotate. It's got some good tactile function to it. And this, you'll notice that there's only one button. It is one of those weird gyroscopy thingies. So as we get into the menu system, to access the menu system, it's a 5 press again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. System on. So if you tilt it left or right, you can turn the system on or off. I'm not going to turn it off just because to turn it back on again, you got to access that loading screen, and it is a big pain in the ass. Click the button again. You have your power settings. So if I lean it one way, it'll increase, and if you lean it the other way, it'll decrease. And you'll notice that the longer it's spent leaning, the faster it will scroll. So we'll go back this way. Starts off slow, and then hyperspeed. Try to get it, but as you notice, you may miss it, and you have to go back and do one of these things and one of those things. And then if you leave the screen after maybe 15-20 seconds, it will revert back to the regular setting, or you can click the button and then just lean it, and it'll exit for you and fire. So there, up close and personal. 3 times on the button, 1, 2, 3. We'll lock the device. I never lock it because I find that because of this nice landing pad here, it never really fires off in my pocket. Nor do I really keep it in my pocket because this thing weighs a ton, and I'll look like I'm wearing gangster pants all the time. So this usually stays either next to me in the car or in my hand at all times. Is that a 722 in your pocket, or are you just not Asian? That's what I like to say. All right, let's go back out and give it a vape. So here, once again, the 722 with my Kayfun. I'm currently vaping Zed, or Z for you Americans out there, by Wacky Vapes, available at www.vapingwatch.com. Great juice. So in the entire time I've been using this device, I have not had any misfires. It's been performing like a champ with a 26650 battery in here. The standard vapor should be able to get at least 2 days. If you're a light vapor, you could probably get, like, I don't know, 17 years. I'm just getting off this battery. Or if you're like me, you crush it in 4 hours. But no, I'm kidding. It will fire sub-ohm down to 0.5 ohms of resistance. I've only taken it down to 0.7 because currently in my Kfunds that's the lowest I have. But I believe it. 0.5, that's pretty good. Solid vape, good performance, really heavy construction. That being said, if you are a puny man or you don't like heavy, bulky things, this is definitely not for you. This mod is hefty. It does require a little bit of strength. But conversely, if you have bare paw hands and you consistently swallow your mods whole, this is a great device. It's got some girth and length to it, so it wins on both ends, ladies. And also, if all else fails, you can club somebody over the head with it in case of emergency, which would probably render them useless. The Greenleaf Technology 722 from happyvapor.com. Get yours now. I think it's #1 e-cig. DJ Vapes, I'll catch you later. Peace out.